evening, everybody. Welcome inside the Charles E. Smith Center. Basketball is back, and we're excited to bring you our virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage this evening. Welcome courtside. My name's Kevin Burke, joined by the head coach of GW men's basketball, Jamie and Christian. Great to see you. We're 6 feet away. We've got people on our shot. It's live TV. We're masked up. Great to see you again. It's been almost 8 months since we've seen your team on the floor. How you feeling? What's been going on the last couple of days?
You know, it's great to see you. It's great to be back in the gym with these guys. And, you know, they just have so much enthusiasm to play the game. It's a fun group to be around. So we're excited today just to have a chance for our fan base to see how we perform and how we like to play. And, you know, again, we're just excited to be out here. Another day to play basketball is a great day.
So for the fans at home, what are we expecting to see tonight in terms of a format and a full Buff and Blue scrimmage?
Yeah, we're going to keep it pretty simple today. You know, we're just going to play 2 12-minute halves with the normal medias, just trying to get our guys acclimated to what it's like to play a real game in a season. So this will be the first time they've come in and kind of just performed without having a lot of practice. So I know they're really excited for that.
They're heading to the bench, and we are just about set for tip-off. But first, let's take a look at how GW fans can experience the GW experience from home this year with the GW Sweet Life.
GW Athletics is pleased to enhance the at-home experience for Colonial fans with its new fan-based initiative, the Sweet Life. With a donation to the Buff and Blue Fund, the Sweet Life offers fans a GW experience from the comfort of their own homes. From exclusive GW Adidas swag to virtual pregame chalk talks and behind-the-scenes content to your own fan cutout in the Smith Center, the Sweet Life is the perfect way to show your GW pride from home this season. To purchase your package today, visit gwsports.com/sweetlife.
We're excited about the Sweet Life, and we're excited to have some basketball for you. You know, 8 months ago today was when everything in the sports world shut down. So we're excited to be able to bring this to you. It's Buff versus Blue. We're going to be talking back and forth about what we're seeing today. It's Noel Brown for the Blue team, Chase Parr for the Buff team. And Jamie, and right off the bat, I'm going to ask you, because you got some guys out here that folks don't know. So introduce us to your new guys this year.
Yeah, we got a few of them. Matthew Moyer with the ball in his hands right here, transferred from Vanderbilt, played at Syracuse. Former top 60 player in the country. A guy we're really excited about. Just has an incredible ability to keep guys involved. And, you know, we're excited about what he's going to bring to our team defensively.
We know this guy, Jameer Nelson Jr. takes the first 3 of the day. And a nice rebound. Chase Parr coming back. So you're seeing these freshmen and the sophomores. What was the offseason like when you didn't get to see these guys for a vast majority of the time?
You know, we just want to get these guys acclimated to how they want to play, you know. And I think that's one of the biggest things is, like, you know, when we try to put together a team, you know, one of the biggest things we do is we try to complement skills. And so, you know, you had a guy like Sloan Seymour in who's a great shooter. You got to get a great playmaker like James Bishop beside him. And so we just try to find guys that can complement skills and help these guys be able to appreciate what each one does.
When you were at home, when everybody got sent home in March, what was the thought in your head in terms of like, okay, I got to try and stay in touch with these guys and make sure they're getting in shape if they can't exactly play basketball?
You know, we love our guys, and so we spend a ton of time with our guys anyway. That's one of the best things about this group is that we enjoy coaching our guys. We always say, that's how we feel for Hunter Dean. You know, we always talk about how much we love being around our guys and being connected with them. And so over the pandemic, it was difficult because we couldn't be together, but we really spent a lot of time texting, talking, working through stuff on Slack, watching games together. You know, we just enjoy being around one another, and the pandemic wasn't going to slow us down because of that.
Here's James Bishop, LSU transfer. You've got an LSU transfer, a Vanderbilt transfer on the floor. Hunter Dean's a Southern Miss transfer. What's it been like in terms of getting these guys cohesive and together and to create that team bond that you're looking for?
Well, you know, a guy like James Bishop is such a great team guy that, you know, he's just really passionate about being a great teammate and wanting to fit in with the guys. So, you know, that's really easy. You know, Hunter Dean was a guy we recruited when we were at Siena, so we knew him really well. We knew his personality, knew his temperament. We knew he'd fit in really well here in the GW community and would really fit in well what we're trying to do.
Jameer Nelson Jr. against James Bishop. Is it me or is Jameer Nelson bulked up? Or is that just pretty much everybody?
He looks great. I mean, you know, that's one of the biggest transitions you have from a guy when he goes from being a freshman to a sophomore. It's just a build. You know, he was really strong last year, but, you know, he got a chance in the offseason to really focus in on some key areas for him. His hips, his ankles, and he looks like a more complete player and a more complete athlete. And you know, his work in the offseason was amazing with his father, and he came back here ready to go. And you know, he's fortunate. He got a great resource at home. He's got a great teacher and a great mentor at home right there that can really guide him. And he really got a chance to spend some time with him, which is great.
As I say, you and I are talking in that not many people have a basketball court available to them at home, and a former NBA player to get better during a pandemic.
Yeah, and it was really great to watch, you know, talk to him and watch those guys continue to grow. And you know, been such a good player.
Well, as we move along here, it's very early going, 2-2 the score, and Jameer Nelson coming up with a steal here, a nice little breakaway layup, and the blue team up 4-2. Blue team on the floor, you've got Jameer Nelson, Jameson Battle, Maceo Jack, Hunter Dean, and Noel Brown is a big specimen down there at 6'11", 270. Man,
we love him, man. I mean, he just has an ability that's so unique, man, his size and strength, and he's really put together a great 3 or 4 weeks here. And I'm sure he's going to make some plays today that are really going to be shocking because he's just so athletic. And, you know, at 250 pounds, the way he can run and move, you know, he's going to be a great player for us. We're really excited about him.
So we're seeing a lot of James Bishop at the point. Is that what you're expecting here?
Yeah, you know, we love having the ball in his hands. A guy that can score it and pass it. I mean, that's a great pass there to Chase Parr. And, you know, him and Chase played AAU together for Team Thrill, so they got a great chemistry together. And, you know, it's going to be great watching those guys kind of play together and move that ball around.
We appreciate you tuning in here. This is the virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage. We're less than 2 weeks away from the actual season tipping off. Nearly 6-4 lead for the Blue. If you're just joining us, it's going to be 2 12-minute halves here. There's Chase Parr with a rejection inside. Talk about another guy that's improved from year one to year.
Yeah, his body looks great. I mean, he's a guy that loves playing basketball, and so we're really juiced about him. And you know, obviously, you know, he had some great moments last year versus Davidson, a double-double, and you know, he's just a great player. He's a guy that guys love playing around with, the way he can move the ball. It's going to be great watching him this year, get a chance to show his full complement of skills.
Here's Hunter Dean inside against Sloan Seymour. Turnaround is good. And Hunter Dean's a guy that you got halfway through last season, so he's eligible at the end of this semester.
Yeah, we're
you're excited about
we're really high on him. I mean, just his athleticism. He was a great baseball player in high school. And, you know, with that, I mean, you know, he played so much baseball. He only played one AAU tournament in his time. And so we had a chance to watch him play. It was great because we walked in, Coach Devlin told me to watch him, and I thought, man, this guy's amazing. And when he told me his story, I said, man, this guy's going to be a great college basketball player because he hasn't had the opportunity to play as much as everybody else. And we're really seeing the fruits of that labor. I mean, he's a great player. We're really excited about him.
We're excited about him, too. It's 8-6 Blue on top. We're going to step aside and get to know the team a little bit more.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maceo Jack. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm a senior, shooting guard, and my major is political science.
Hey, everyone. My name is Amir Harris. I'm a junior point guard from Frederick, Maryland, and I study psychology.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace Stallings. I'm a senior center from DC, and I major in sports management.
Hey, everybody. My name is Matthew Moyer. I'm a graduate transfer from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a small forward, and I'm majoring in Masters of Management.
Hey, guys. My name is Ricky Leno Jr., junior transfer from Washington, D.C. Position is small forward, and my major is communications.
Hey, everyone. My name is Jameson Battle. I'm a sophomore forward from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I study business analytics.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Ball. I'm a freshman guard from Williamsport, Maryland, and my major is business.
What's up, guys? My name is Noel Brown. I'm a freshman center from Leesburg, Virginia, and I'm looking to major in business.
Hi, my name is Hunter Dean. I'm a sophomore center from Mandeville, Louisiana. I'm majoring in computer engineering.
I'm Jameer Nelson, a sophomore guard from Haverford, Pennsylvania, and I intend to major in organizational sciences.
My name is Tyler Brelsford. I'm from Allegate City, Maryland. I'm a freshman point guard, and I intend to major in organizational science.
Hello, I'm James Bishop from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a sophomore point guard, and I plan on majoring in communications.
Hi, my name is Chase Parr. I'm a sophomore center from Mount Airy, Maryland, and I plan on majoring in sports management.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Leftwich. I'm a first-year grad transfer. I play point guard. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I plan to get my master's in sports management.
I'm Sloan Seymour. I'm a junior forward from Albany, New York, and I'm majoring in organizational sciences.
Welcome back inside the Smith Center. There's a couple of the new guys that are part of this GW men's basketball team. We've got Matt Moyer, we got Lincoln Ball in the middle. Sloan Seymour's there on the side. Jamie, I want to ask you about what it was like with Matt Moyer, and a guy that's started his career at Syracuse, goes to Vanderbilt, and now in a pandemic he's able to grad transfer. So what was that process like in terms of what you're legally allowed to tell us?
Recruiting him was great. I mean, we really had a chance over a couple of weeks to really just get to know one another. He's got so much experience, and one of the things I talked a lot to him about was, I want to be a guy that could collaborate with him. I thought the collaboration is really important. He's got so many great experiences, and tried out for Team USA and all that. And I said, let's just be able to bond together, man, this last year that you have here, and let's really work together and finish off your college career at the highest level. And he really bought into that, and he enjoyed it.
What are you looking for when you're looking at a transfer, when you have so many transfers on the team? What's in your staff, you and your staff's mindset in terms of people you're trying to target?
Well, Matt was a captain at Vanderbilt, so him being a captain and being a leader was important to us. We recognized we had such a young roster. Although Jameer Nelson and Jamison Battle played so many minutes for us a year ago, we just knew that we needed some experience, and we felt like a guy who was a captain in the SEC and had played for great coaches like Jim Boeheim. We just knew that was going to really help us, and so we were excited about adding him into the roster because that leadership component was going to be needed, and he's done a great job of bringing a professional-like mentality to our team.
There's Sloan Seymour with a little fadeaway. You had him at Siena, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, Sloan Seymour played for us at Siena. 94 made threes as a freshman for us. When we recruited him, we said he's the perfect four-man for our system, and he had that kind of freshman year where we really felt that was the case. And just an outstanding shooter. He's adding to his game now with the pull-up game he just had, and he's just a great player. And he's a guy we really love because we know how he can space the floor. And you don't find guys that can make 94 threes as freshmen all the time, and we have one.
You have three guys that have made at least 83s in a season. I can't think of anybody in the A-10 or nationally that has that depth in terms of three-point shooting, especially for somebody like yourself who values the three-point shot.
Yeah, we tried to look it up to see if there had ever been a team that was returning that had that kind of three-point shooting, and we felt like there was none. We couldn't find any in the history of the game, and so we got a great collection of guys here. So we're going to definitely try to maximize our ability to shoot the three, as we always do. But it's rare that in year two you feel like you have a roster that's really built to play the ways that you want to play. And again, when you have a guy like Chase Parr operating down low right here, we shot over 60% from the low post. That three-point shooting becomes a major factor because he's such a great one-on-one scorer on the low post.
14-13, Buff has the lead over Blue. So would you say that, going back to what you said, that you have the makeup of a team that you want to have already?
Yeah, I'm really juiced about this team, and I didn't think we would be here this fast in year number two. And, a lot of credit goes to our staff, and a lot of credit goes to GW. And, it's just such a place where kids are attracted to, and they want to go to school, and they want to build here in the A-10. And, having a group of guys that came in, the first one with Chase and Jameer and James is obviously a great foundation. Being able to add a guy like Sloan who fits into it. And then, when you start looking at the pieces with James Bishop and Matthew Moyer and Lincoln Ball and Tyler Brelsford, Noel Brown, we're really able to put together a group that we feel really confident in our style of play, that's going to be able to play on both ends of the floor the way we want to play.
It'd be safe to say depth is one of your strengths then at this rate.
Yeah, we feel great. We feel great about the depth. And, having a bunch of guys that can, we have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball. We have a lot of guys that can do things that can impact the team to win. And that's really what you need. You need a few guys that can do that, and we feel like we have that.
Here's Matt Moyer and contested inside. He'll get 2 free throws out of this.
That's a great take. That's one of the things when you look at Matt, they're going to get a chance to play on the perimeter for us. At Vanderbilt, they try to play him a little bit at the 5. We're going to play him on at the 3 spot for us and let him be able to get downhill and make plays for us. And those are the kind of plays that, a year ago we didn't have guys that could do that consistently. And we feel like he gives us that. When you start throwing in all these guys that can shoot the ball and the way Chase can move the ball, and you add in a guy like Matthew Moyer and Lincoln Ball, the way he can get to the front of the rim, we feel that's going to be a really tough combination for people to stop.
You're talking a 6'9", 225-pound guy at the 3.
Yeah, we love size, and size is important to how we want to play. And, he's a great defender. He can play a lot. He can defend a lot of different positions. But we're going to really allow him to do all the things that he does well and give him the ability to be able to do that. And we're excited about the opportunity for him.
We're 8 minutes game time into this thing, and we haven't even mentioned Maceo Jack or Jamison Battle or Brandon Leftwich, who comes over from Mount St. Mary's with the floater there.
Yeah, Brandon's another guy who really understands our culture from being with us at Mount St. Mary's. And, you know, he was the first turkey board guy at Mount St. Mary's for us, and he's already he had ascended to a manager and then a scholarship level player at the Mount, and then he walked on here for us. And we're excited about him because he's just a guy that can really athletically make some plays, and then he's just a great teammate, a great team guy, understands culturally what you need to be able to do to be at your best. And you know, it's fun to coach him again. You know, he's definitely one of the guys, when we left him out, I felt bad about leaving because I just felt like he was a guy that I really connected with and really believed in.
But you know, everything happens for a reason. He's back here in the Buff and Blue as a graduate transfer. It is great to be back. We've got much more to come. Stay tuned to the virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage.
The NCAA has made the decision to cancel the men's and women's tournament.
Maceo Jack, and he stops it with the right hand.
When college basketball returns, it will be 8 months and 13 days since we last saw our great game. Yes, we're counting. And we're honored to be on center stage and national TV when the ball is tipped once again. Tune in to CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, November 25th at noon as GW men's basketball takes on the Navy Midshipmen in Annapolis, Maryland. Don't miss the college hoops tip-off and the return of GW basketball.
We're excited. Basketball is going to be back in about 2 weeks, and we appreciate you tuning in here on this Thursday night inside the Smith Center. It looks different outside of the lines. Everybody's socially distant. We're masked up, but inside the lines, looks pretty good so far. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, I'm encouraged with the way the guys are moving the ball. You know, they obviously got a good understanding of what we're trying to do, and I love that they play together. I think that's a component of great teams when they play together, and I think we have that.
I know many fans out there, here's Battle's take to the rim, nice block inside by Parr, are going to try and parse and look inside who's on what team, who's starting, who's not. I know you're not going to answer this, but this is just, you've picked as even teams as possible, correct?
Yeah, we clearly split these teams up evenly to make sure no one knew who was starting, but to also add a competitive component to our scrimmage here today.
Has there been anything since you guys have been back on campus practicing that's surprised you about your team, or you've learned about your team?
You know, the guys are in the dorm together, and you know they're really in their clothes, and you know I'm surprised at how well they continue to get along. You know, I thought at some point they'd get a little cabin fever, but they haven't. They've really connected and bonded, and Maceo Jack on the rim. Yeah, Maceo Jack's one of the best transition players in the A-10 last year. People don't recognize how electric he was in transition, whether it's shooting a three or finishing at the rim. So, you know, us being able to play a little bit faster, we're excited about, because I think that's going to really help him and open up some driving lanes for him to be able to play and be who he is as a player.
And you're trying to increase the total number of possessions you're having this season as opposed to last season, right?
Yeah, we want to get to 74. We want to try to get to 70 to 74 possessions in a game, and I think last year we were around 66. And for my career, we've been around 66, 67. So those possessions don't seem like that much, but basically it's one more possession almost every media timeout. So that's speeding the game up pretty good. We're really looking to be able to do that, and I think we have the guys that can do that. You know, when you have post guys that can handle and pass like the guys we have, you know, we feel really good about that.
How do you practice playing fast? This may seem like a simple question, but how do you practice playing faster in practice so that when you get to the game, you can get those 7 or 8 extra possessions?
Well, I had a team that was like top 5 tempo my first year at the Mount, so I also recognize that the first couple of games are going to seem really, really hectic. as the guys kind of settle into the tempo. But, we just try to encourage them to push the ball off the rebound. And, we can really try to attack and transition. We changed our breakup so we have multiple guys running the rim on the break. We felt like that was going to help us just space the floor out. And, nice play by Chase Parr there, finishing it. And, one of the things you see right there, you have Sloan Seymour on the back of the ball screen action right there. He takes so much attention for you offensively. And so now Chase is open on the roll. So when you can put multiple guys that can shoot the ball and make plays like that, it opens up us at the front of the rim. And we think guys like Chase Parr, Noel Brown, and Hunter Dean are going to have great years because of that.
For those that are keeping score, and there is a scoreboard inside, it's 20-19 Buff with about 2 minutes to go here in the first quote-unquote half. Again, 2 12-minute halves we're going to have here. We're excited that you're tuned in here to watch this as Nelson slices to the tin and lays it in. He's got that extra burst that you just forget about having not seen him in 8 months. This is James Bishop. There's what you're talking about with Parr, and then you got Seymour right behind him, right?
Yep, that's a great play. We're able to space the floor with these guys. Tyler Brelsford has been one of our better shooters this offseason, this preseason as well. You kind of feel like James Bishop's starting to find his rhythm here as he's getting downhill and really finding guys for easy assists.
There's Lincoln Ball, another freshman making a play off of Battle.
Yeah, Lincoln's a great defensive player. One of the best football players in the state of Maryland as a quarterback, and just a guy that's a great athlete. And so you'll see that a ton with him, as he can do a lot of things, essentially on the defensive end of the floor. And he's an exciting player in that regard.
Is that something that you take into account in recruiting guys that play multiple sports?
Oh, absolutely. We love that. And you look at that with Hunter Dean and Lincoln, and a lot of these guys, we're multiple sport guys, and I think that's really important. Hunter Dean at the rim.
Great pass.
Yeah, we think that's really important. And when you find these guys play multiple sports, when they get to college, they get a chance to really focus in on one. You just see this major uptick in their ability and their ability to focus. And then playing the other sports gives them a chance to learn how to move differently. And I think that's important. So we're definitely looking for guys like that.
Pull up for Bishop, rattles out. We've got 30 seconds. Game clock and shot clock are basically simultaneous. The blue team has taken a 1-point lead here. Let's break down this final possession. What are you looking for here when it's a shot and game clock like this?
Yeah, Jamison Battle is great at the end of clock situations. So I imagine if he gets the ball in his hands at the end here some way, he's going to find a way to make a great shot. And he's usually so good at putting himself in the right position. Hunter's been shooting the ball really well from the outside, too.
Just like that?
Yeah, he's really been shooting the ball well. And again, getting him into our, getting Hunter into our developmental system at the halfway mark last year has really helped his game continue to advance. And he's a great player. We're excited about him.
We'll see him shortly, and it is quote-unquote halftime here at the virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage. It is 26-22 Blue after the 3 from Hunter Dean. Now we have a chance to talk with some of the new guys on this team about their game and what they're bringing to the Buff and Blue this season.
I think GW fans can expect to see a lot of different things, scoring, passing, rebounding, max effort all the time, very exciting plays. I'm a playmaker, so they can expect to see a lot of stuff from me.
From my game, I think GW fans can expect a lot of power plays, a lot of strength plays, a lot of rebounds, blocks, and dunks, and finishing around the rim. A lot of and ones, whatever the team needs, whatever the coach wants, that's the kind of plays I'll do.
I'm ready to see an unselfish player who loves to get his teammates involved and who also can score at all 3 levels. And I'm excited to get on the floor and show you guys what I can do.
GW fans can definitely expect to see a lot of versatility, a lot of energy, scoring at all different types of levels, and bringing defensive tenacity all the time. I think I fit what Coach Christian's trying to do with Mayhem, and just trying to bring a lot of energy and life to this program.
GW fans can really expect an aggressive facilitator. I love getting to the rim, but with our personnel, I'm going to be passing that thing out there and getting 3s up.
What GW fans can expect to see in my game is a player that plays hard every single possession, who brings a lot to the table defensively and offensively, and who will do anything to make sure the team wins.
GW can expect scoring, playmaking, and leadership, and a player that plays both ends of the floor. GW fans can expect to see me dunk the ball a lot. That's one of the main things that I like to do, you know, off the pick and roll, off a lob, just dunk the ball, rebounds, blocks, you know, all that typical big man stuff.
So many new faces on this GW program in year 2 of the Christian era here inside the Smith Center. Alongside Coach Christian, I'm Kevin Burke. We appreciate you tuning in for this virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage. We saw a lot to like in that first 12 minutes, and now we're going to see 12 more minutes here as we get set to go. I want to go back to what we were talking about in terms of possessions and things. I know you had mayhem at the Mount. That you're trying to bring that back, and you weren't able to do it as much last year, but you think that it's possible this season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think some of that is depth and being able to play that way. We definitely had a ton of injuries last year that kind of slowed us down from being able to get there. But we feel great about getting there now, and you know, the guys that we have, and you know, we're excited about that. And you know, Jameson Battle rising up here, he's a great player, and he's added to his game, and you know, being able to play, you know, being able to go 8-9 deep, I think is going to be important for us to be able to play at that tempo that we want to play at to get to those 70 to 74 possessions.
So what does to sum it up, what does mayhem look like to you if it's successful in a game?
You know, mayhem is turning our opponent over 20% of their possessions offensively. You know, that's going to be really important, is that 20% to turn people over. You know, we need to be able to do that. You know, that gives us possessions offensively where we can go and score. And that obviously takes the ball away from our opponent. So that's important for us. It's going to be us shooting 45 to 48% of our shots from 3. That also allows our tempo to be able to go. And you know, I think we want to be able to get there on both sides of the ball.
Where did your love of data come from? Because you're spouting out all these numbers left and right. Where does that come from? Where do you think?
You know, when I was coaching Division III, you know, we played a style, maybe people don't know this, we called it the Emory and Henry running attack. And we basically subbed somebody in every 35 seconds. We had 3 different units that we played of a mix of 5 to 7 guys. We ran 3 different presses defensively and ran 3 different offenses. And we had to score the ball within 11 seconds, and the opponent had to shoot the ball within 11 seconds. So all that said, we ended up being 3rd in the nation in scoring, 3rd in the nation in forcing turnovers. And it was all based off of formula data. And you know, this is really before Mike D'Antoni's teams really got going in Phoenix, where they really tried to skew the numbers with threes. And when we were at Emory and Henry, you know, we weren't getting the very best guys in our league, so we had to figure out a way to win without the best bigs in the country. In the ODAC, you have Randolph-Macon, you have Guilford, you have great teams. So we really came up with this formula on how many threes we need to take, what percentage we need to shoot. And we felt like when we did that, it just opened up the game so much for our team. And I think that's really important. And so we've applied that everywhere we've been, is really applying data and math to how we want to play and making the guys understand the importance of it.
Well, we've seen 2 threes from Jameson Battle, which we saw. You probably know the number off the top of your head, how many threes he hit last season.
Yeah, he had 89 threes. We thought he'd get to 90. You know, we're really trying to find a way to give him the 1 more 3. And, you know, we felt like if he could have got to 1 more 3, he would have been 3 freshmen in a row for us that had 90 or more threes. So we were excited about that. We were really trying to hunt that for him, and he just came up a little bit short. But he's going to have a lot of time in his career here to get that number again.
We'll just say 3 years in a row, 89 or more. It's not a round number, but it still counts.
Yeah, 90 is so much better. You know, that 90 number really, that's a large number in college basketball.
That is 3 threes in 2 minutes. And that's just sort of what you expect from Jameson. He can get on one of these rolls, right?
Yeah, you know, one of the things that you're seeing with him now is he's continued to add to his game, and he's got more confidence in his game. So he has the ability to put the ball on the floor. You know, he has the ability to put the ball on the floor. He has the ability to create for others and himself. And he's really done people are going to be surprised at where he is as a player. They're going to remember him one way last year and doing everything he did to help our team win, but he's really continued to advance his game. He's a great player.
I was going to say, where is he most improved, do you think?
Well, just his ability to handle the ball and his creativity shooting the ball.
4 threes.
4 threes in a row for him. I mean, you know, I think he's going to have stretches like that in every game that he plays, because he can move so much better. He's down about 15 pounds, working at home with a really great strength coach, and then coming back here and working with Brendan. You know, he's just been able to advance his skill level because of that. His athleticism's better.
And then when you add guys like Sloan Seymour and Hunter Dean and Maceo Jack and all these other guys that can shoot threes, that allows him to hit potentially a 3 in 3 minutes. I think Coach GB needs a timeout.
That's a timeout. You know, Graham Bowsley's our offensive coordinator. So So he's calling every play for us. He's calling every play for us today. And Coach Devlin's a defensive coordinator. So, you know, Coach Belsley has a great understanding of the offense. We've been together now for I want to say 5 years. So we've got a really good feel for what we're trying to do here offensively. You know, hand in hand, we've really put together this offense, and you know, he's got such a great feel for it.
Well, 5 threes in a row, and Jamison Battle has put the blue team up 41-29. It leads us into perfectly about the three-point shooting, and when you have guys around him, how does that space your offense out so that he can get open 5 times in a row?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And, you know, one of the biggest things we're trying to do with our shooting is we don't want to be predictable. We felt like last year we got predictable where our shooters were all the time. And some of that was the collection of guys that we had and how we had to play. But, you know, now we feel really good because we have so many guys that can attack you in a lot of different ways. And, you know, the spacing, the ball handling of Noel Brown right there on the perimeter. When he got here to us, he couldn't hit on the perimeter that much. He didn't have to do that in high school. But he's doing that for us now. That's an advancement in his game, and that's getting Jamison Battle really open there. And when Noel Brown screens for you in any kind of fashion, he gets you open. 250 pounds with broad shoulders. He's getting a lot of guys open. He's getting a lot of assists here doing that today.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming across on YouTube or on screen as it is in person, but this is my first time I've been able to see you guys in person. You're bigger. You're just... Everybody's taller and everybody's just more built.
Yeah, you know, that's what, you know, we believe in size. You know, my teams at the Mount, we were always one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league in size. At Siena, we were one of the biggest teams in the country, and we wanted to definitely get there and be able to do that here. I think size is important. Size matters because it gives you guys that can get to the front of the rim and rebound the ball. It helps you defensively. So that's a major focus of ours. And the good thing is we got the majority of these guys back for 2 or 3 years in a row.
And you've got quite the hotbed in terms of the DMV area where you can find those big, tall, challenged guys that are trying to come to DC.
There's a ton of guys, and we're just trying to do a great job of recruiting them. And if we don't get them the first time, trying to stay with them. You know, a guy like Sloan Seymour, a guy like Ricky Lindo is a great example that he's a guy we recruited at Mount St. Mary's, recruited at Siena, didn't get him at either of those places, but we get here and we're going to get a great chance to coach him. At 6'9" with his perimeter skill, he's out today. He'll be back in with us tomorrow. But at 6'9" with his perimeter skill, you know, he's a guy that's a difference maker for us, and we want to value getting guys like that.
And he gets a year to sit in your program and see how you do things. Oh man, I thought we were about to have a 6-3 in a row.
It happens quick. You know, when you got great shooters, we say you're a 9-0 run waiting to happen, and obviously Jamison's already proven to be able to be a 12-0 run on his own.
That was a nice 12-15-0 run. And it's a 8-point lead, 43-35. When you're doing these inter squads, how are you gauging, like you would love to see a lot of points, but then are you worried about the defense and vice versa? How are you gauging that?
Yeah, you know, we're just kind of looking to see if guys are making the plays that they can make. You know, there's obviously specific things we're looking at, like Chase Paul right there leading the break. You know, those are kind of things that we want him to do more. He's a great ball handler, and you know, we want him to keep doing that when he rebounds the ball so he can get out of transition. So we're kind of looking at things like that. Keep in mind, because these teams are split, some of these guys may not have played together a ton through the course of the year. You know, they're getting a chance to play together now.
That's the beauty of it. The hot hand driving, lost that one. And then Parr with the rejection. We've seen him be a shot eraser inside a couple times tonight. And here's Tyler Brelsford, the new guy. I can't say the new guy. There's 12 new guys, it seems like.
Yeah, that's a great play, though. You know, you look at that rebound there. Chase Parr with the block. Sloan Seymour with the advancement to Matthew Moyer in the middle of the floor. And again, not many teams have a 6'9" guy like Matthew Moyer who can handle the ball like a guard. And when he gets doubled there, make a drop the pass off to Tyler Brelsford. We have that right now, and that allows us to play faster and to get up and down. I don't know a year ago if we make a play like that, if we're able to, but I think we're going to have the ability to do that with the guys we have.
Buffs making a run. It's a 4-point game. We got 6.5 minutes left, but we're going to step aside. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Debuting on NBC Sports Washington on Saturday, November 21st, GW men's basketball head coach Jamie Christian will give viewers a look at a season like no other for GW Athletics. Raise High at GW will be filmed at Foggy Bottom Favorite Tonic all season long and will provide fans a behind-the-scenes view at GW Athletics. Be sure to check your local listings and circle November 21st for the debut. Support GW's 500 student athletes with a gift to GW Athletics. Your gift will support GW student athletes to succeed in competition, in the classroom, and in the community. Make a gift today at giving.gwu.edu or call 202-994-8412.
We're having a ball inside the Smith Center. It's 43-39 Blue leading Buff with 6.5 to go in this second half. We're excited basketball's back. We're excited to just be in the building. I mean, that has to be a great idea when you guys walk back in the building for the first time. You're just like, man, we're back, we're safe. You got the face shield you're doing during practice, but we're safe and we're having a very calm in terms of, you know, what we're expecting preseason.
Yeah, I remember when we walked in here, it was just like good to be back home is our feeling. I mean, we just felt it's great to be back in here, and you know, obviously our guys love being back in here and their ability to get in here. Let's move on Hunter Dean. Again, just a tremendous athlete. And again, we're pretty fired up about him. What a great player he's got a chance to be.
At this rate, I think you're fired up about 1 through 14 on the roster.
Yeah, you know, it's early in the year, but no, I feel great. I mean, I just like our team. I like how we're built together, and I like how the guys have a good appreciation for one another. And, you know, you see a guy like Chase Parr there. It's just, you know, his ability to find open spaces and the ball screen and roll game, and his ability to find open spaces when guys are driving the ball is just such a weapon that goes underrated and underappreciated some. And we just have a high appreciation for that and a high appreciation for him because he does those things. He makes them look effortlessly.
Where do you feel the team has grown the most since the start of preseason practice?
I think our defense has actually gotten much better. I mean, I'm not sure we're seeing that here today, but you know, I think our defense has gotten much better. Our understanding where we want to force our opponents and the kind of shots we want to make them take. You know, usually your defense gets better later in the preseason, just because that's so much of a fitness thing. You know, I do think Brendan's done a great job. Our strength coach done a great job of getting these guys in great shape.
Here's a guy we haven't talked about a lot, and that's probably a good thing in the grand scheme of things. Maceo Jack, when we're not bringing him up until there's 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about a leader on your team.
You know, what he's done with our team, that's got to be a bounce pass by Matt. But what he's done with our team in terms of just bringing guys along has been great to watch. He's just a big brother to everybody on the team. He's so unselfish. He's one of those guys you want to make sure he has a great senior year because he does everything right every single day. You know, he's a guy you're proud of.
Big body Noel Brown with the old board and the putback.
Yeah, one thing with Noel, he's so big, but he's got great touch. And you know, his ability to make shots and to score the ball is as good as any post guy I've been around. You know, with that combination, you know, you're going to see a lot of baskets like that, offensive rebounds or putbacks that he puts up there softly off the backboard.
He got a 5-point game with 5 minutes to go. I have to get into the basketball action of it. I know it's a scrimmage and whatnot, but we got a little competition here in terms of 5 minutes and a 5-point game.
Yeah, you know, that's how it's been all preseason with these guys. I mean, you know, pretty even across the board. A lot of guys that can make passes and plays. And, you know, one team makes a big run, and another team has the ability to be able to come back and make another great run.
After the 15-0 run or whatever it ended up being with Jamison Battle, the Buff team's gotten back into it.
Yeah, you know, when you have, again, you got Chase Parr, you got James Bishop, you got guys like Matthew Moyer on that Buff squad, they're going to keep chipping away, and they're going to keep finding ways. You got to guard them every time down the floor because of how they can score.
90 points in 27 minutes, I think is the math right there.
Yeah, again, I don't know if that's great for our defense, but it's good for our offense.
Here's Brelsford from deep. Nice contest there by Maceo. They left him open again. Missed that one a little bit short. Here's James Bishop. Into the paint, went 1-on-3 and lost it out of bounds, and they'll say it stays with Buff. Not going to give Coach Devlin
Coach Devlin doesn't call a lot of fouls in there. I know Royce is at home listening right now. You know, Royce, when your dad gets home, just tell him, you know, that was a foul on James Bishop that he missed. You know, but just make sure he knows. But we appreciate you, Royce. You checking us out.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. I know everybody's just hankering for some basketball at some point. We're less than 2 weeks away from the season officially getting going. What are you going to look for here in these next 2 weeks to get your team prepped for when you can start playing again?
Just a different combination of guys that we can play. You know, if we want to get to the end of the game, who we want to play. If we want to get, you know, if we need to press, who we want to play. You know, press if we're down. Just different lineups and combinations like that become really important.
That was a freshman on freshman crime. There was a foul from Coach Devlin.
That's a rare foul. I think Royce must have reached out to him via text message.
That was a quick response. All right, we're going to take one final timeout. We got 3:50 left, and there's a 6-point margin between Buff and Blue. We'll be back in just a moment.
If I can shoot with a mask, you can wear a mask. If I can vault with a mask, you can wear a mask.
If I can sail in a mask, you can wear a mask.
If I can dunk with a mask, you can wear a mask.
If I can do this in a mask, you can wear a mask.
We are GW student athletes, and our futures depend on all of us washing our hands, staying socially.
The season of giving is here, and GW Lacrosse is back with its Colonial Harvest Food Drive and fundraiser. Help out a local family in need by dropping off a Thanksgiving food basket at the Charles E. Smith Center tomorrow, November 13th, or by making a monetary contribution via PayPal or Venmo. Help us raise high our community by contributing to another successful year of the Colonial Harvest.
It feels good to hear a horn again. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the little things that matter the most. And I think, you know, over the last 6 or 7 months, we've really learned that. And
yeah.
Again, when you walk in the gym and you just have that vibe and that feel, and the lighting when it's a game set up is just so different. Again, it's just good to be back to something where we feel is normal.
And one thing that's allowed this year is piped-in crowd noise. So we can't have you here at the moment, GW fans, but we can have the piped-in crowd noise. First time you're hearing it. What do you think?
It shocked me today. I kind of looked around. I was like, I thought there was nobody here today. So it seems very realistic, and I think it's definitely going to add a level of atmosphere for our team. And, you know, again, just a lot of kudos to people here in our administration doing everything they can to make sure that we get a chance to play basketball and that there's a great environment when we do.
All right, so 3:50 to go, 48-44. The blue team has the lead if we're keeping score at home, which I'm sure many of you are, and then you have a whole box score ready to go and want to break down everything we see, as Dean had that one roll out. Jamie, I'm going to ask you to break this possession down here with Coach GB's call.
Yeah, we're gonna go high ball screen with Chase up top. Chase going to hold the screen up top. You know, give him the opportunity to make a drive or make a play. Again, he's a really good post driver, so his ability to do that is going to be huge for us.
Are you looking for those high ball screen situations more?
Yeah, you know, we set them and sometimes we roll them, but with Chase, he's such a good driver. We're always trying to find opportunities for him to go drive the ball and create for our team. Again, he's a guy that's got a lot of skill, and you know, we're excited about letting him have the ability to do that some more this year. Didn't get a chance last year to do it as much as we wanted, but this year he will. Again, that's a great turnaround jumper by Noel Brown. Again, you know, with his size and his touch, you know, you don't come across that very often. And you know, that's a really great play for anybody, but especially when you're a freshman, to be able to make that kind of play.
Pull up from Bishop. Big contest to the rim. Just a bunch of 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" bodies going to the rim there. The good news is those four guys will all be competing with each other in 2 weeks.
Yes, and then we'll sub one of them in for another.
Every 35 seconds like Emery and Henry?
I don't know if we'll do it that much, but we'll do it a lot.
Aggressiveness, that's the one thing I would say from James Bishop today. Sometimes it's got him in trouble a little bit, but he's been rather aggressive.
Yeah, we want him to be aggressive, and we want him to take big chances and big plays. We believe his ability to be able to do that. You know, one thing, he's got a great basketball IQ. Again, Noel Brown here, it's probably going to be a good play here. He's like just got great touch. I mean, to be able to put a great shot up there like that is huge. But, you know, we're going to trust our guards to make great decisions, and that's what we want. And, you know, I love how these guys are learning their plays and learning how to get this thing moving a little bit.
Blues up 4, so Buff with the ball down 4, less than 2 minutes to go. And that is a deep 3 for Seymour and buckets for Sloan Seymour. You saw that a couple years ago, and I'm sure you were sitting there looking at the bench like, I can't wait for him to be in uniform next year.
When I saw that play call, I figured he's going to find a way to get a shot in. And that's a great job by Tyler Brelsford not forcing it and finding his teammate open on the perimeter. Again, these guys are moving that ball pretty well.
Little hesitation, and we'll get the foul.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying about Jamison. You know, he worked so hard this offseason with his body and with his ball handling, and you're going to really see the difference in that. And, you know, great players know how to get to the free throw line. His ability to be able to get to the free throw line right now really matters, and that's going to allow him during the course of the year to get there. He's a great free throw shooter. It's going to allow him to get there and keep us in some games and to stretch some games out.
A 1-point game with 1:24 to go. I'm getting the competitive juices back here.
Yeah, you know, going a little offense. They're going a little offense-defense here. You know, Ace Stallings a great defensive player. He's one of the best post one-on-one defenders and has a high basketball IQ. So, you know, GB's going a little offense-defense here, getting him in here defensively to guard on this pick and roll here coverage coming from Chase.
Tough roll.
Yeah, tough roll. Great take, though. Really tough take.
It's got 1 minute left in a 2-point game, just like we drew it up.
That's exactly how we want it.
And now make it a 4-point game on that drive by Nelson. We'll see what Coach GB has here with a 4-point play, potentially 45 seconds to go.
Oh, he's picking him.
And there's Nelson making the play at the end. We saw that a time or two.
Yeah, he's such a good playmaker. You know, 1.5 steals as a freshman. That's pretty good. You know, people don't really recognize that. You know. Yeah, we're late game here. It's 36 seconds left. They got a 30-second shot clock. Buff does. They got to go to length of the floor. You know, it's about a 6-point game right here. So you really just need a basket. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3. You know, the way my mindset always works in this situation is I'm always saying, how can we win the game? You know, because we press, I'm not as worried about, you know, 2 or 3 point. If we're down 2 or 3 points in the last 10 seconds, because I know we can get 2 turnovers and turn the game over quickly. So right now, I don't think either team's really pressing right now. Maybe they'll decide to now. But you want to try to get a quick score, but again, it could be a 2 or 3. Probably look for something where you put some shooting out on the floor and spacing it to give Bishop an opportunity to get downhill and make a play. But, you know, the opportunities are endless with the number of offensive players they have on the other end.
I want to go back to Jameer Nelson Jr. because we were talking maybe a week or so ago, and you said that maybe people didn't appreciate just how good of a season he had for a freshman.
For a guy to finish just under 12 points a game as a freshman and 1.5 steals, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I think when you go back to look at young players in the A-10, there ain't a whole lot of guys that have done that. And he had a great year, and I don't think people really understand how good a player he is, but I got a feeling they're going to learn pretty quickly because he's always been able to put himself in the ability to make big plays when they mattered the most, and I don't think that's going to change. You know, he's just gotten so much better, and he had a really great freshman year as well.
Here's Bishop, pulls up for the long 2, and ends up in Blue's hands, and now we got to get in the foul situation here for the competitive portion of the evening.
For sure.
How do you practice late game situations though in practice?
Yeah, we typically have a situation Saturday, situation Saturdays where we just work on situations basically the entire time, and that's sort of how we like to operate. And you know, we'll have an hour-long practice where we're just constantly working on those situations and the importance of when we really take our time and teach them. You know, this is a different preseason because we didn't have any scrimmage games, so. We're not going to go crazy hard every single day and break these guys' bodies down. So we're picking out certain points in the schedule when they've gone 3 days in a row where we're saying, let's get better at certain things. Situations provide the opportunity to do that.
So here's a late clock situation for Buff. With about 20 seconds left in the game. Deep 3 from the top of the Washington Monument, a little short. Now Bishop will try from deep. Again,
good. That's a good one to foul. Maceo Jack is such a good free throw shooter. So Blue definitely won. So that's a great play by Ace Stallings there. Again, you talk about how good he is. I talk about how good he is defensively, chasing down that long rebound before it goes out of bounds, having that idea to know to get the ball out of his hands to a really great free throw shooter in Maceo Jack. You know, those are the kind of plays that a guy who's a senior, who's played a ton of games, they know how to make. He wasn't rushing the situation. Exactly what you need. And now you get a great free throw shooter at the free throw line. A guy who's made a ton of clutch free throws in his career. Again, those are little things that allow your team to be good when you have veterans that have that kind of knowledge.
The little things add up to big things, right?
That's what we always say. That's what we always say.
So here we go, playing out the string here. Stay tuned. We're going to have an interview with our player of the game, we'll call him, as Bishop gets all the way to the rim. That was quick, only 4 seconds went off the clock. But we're going to talk to our player of the game, and that wraps up the scrimmage. 58-51, Blue wins. How about 109 points in 24 minutes? Does that calculate well for you?
It doesn't defensively, but offensively, it definitely works.
We'll have a final thought from Coach Christian here in just a moment. We're going to have our player of the game here, but of course the sportsmanship beforehand. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget the season's just a couple weeks away. And it just felt good to see some basketball on the Smith Center floor today. And we're going to have our player of the game come by shortly. We're keeping it a secret for you folks. But it's going to be the guy that hit 5 threes in a row in about 3 minutes. As you can see, Jamison Battle's going to come join us here courtside. And we'll get him mic'd up here in just a second. Good, how are you, man? We'll get you on the headset here. How'd that feel? How'd it feel to play a scrimmage against each other?
It felt good. I mean, we hadn't really been up and down like that consistently without coaches stopping us, and so it just felt good to be out there and just to play, you know. And I think we competed, and I think that's all we want to do. That coach preaches it every day, compete, and we competed today.
Take me through your personal 15-0 run and what you were feeling, and the guys were finding you in good spots.
I mean, it's a credit to Jameer, credit to all the guards out there. I mean, they found me. I mean, I hit the first one, and they kept feeding me, they kept finding me, and I think that's how you play. I think that's how we play, just being together out there and finding each other, and we play through each other, and we do everything through each other. And I think that the team we have, I mean, look at, we're all talking, we're all out here, we're having a good time, and I think that's all it's about, you know, just being each other, being with each other, and just playing.
Many people, myself included, will never know what it's like when you know during a 15-0 run that when it's leaving your hands, you know it's going in. What is that like as a player when you have that confidence that you know it's going in every single time?
I mean, I think that's just the confidence coach instills in us. Yeah. I think he lets us shoot. I mean, you see guys like Mace, Sloan, me, everyone out there, Bishop, Jameer shooting, and coach puts confidence in us. And I think when it leaves the hands, you kind of know. And I think that's what we do every day. We shoot every day. So I think that's what we do in practice. So when you know it's good, it's good. So I think that's in that run, as you said, I feel like I had that in me. So it just felt good.
Year 1 to year 2. What's been the biggest change for you in a preseason practice this season, obviously with the pandemic and everything, but from a basketball sense, what's the biggest change this year versus last year?
I think it's just how much coach believes in me. He believed in me last year, but I think it's just the step I have to take to be a leader. And I think that's what coach is looking for, just to see me take that step and to lead the team. And I think that's been the biggest adjustment. Obviously with everything with COVID, that's been a big adjustment, but I think just me being a leader is going to be a big adjustment for me.
You got about 2 weeks to go until we can officially start playing, hopefully. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to the most over these next couple weeks?
Just to keep bonding with the guys. I mean, I think being here in August until now, that's what we've been doing, bonding with the guys and keep playing together. And I think that's what you're starting to see. We're starting to get a feel for each other just because it's a new group of guys, right? So we're starting to get a feel for each other, and it's just continuously playing with each other. And I think that's what we're going to do this next 2 weeks, just to keep building on what we have. And I think I'm looking forward to Navy, you know. I think we all are, and we're all excited to get out there and play. I mean, first time since March, so I know we're all excited.
Well, if tonight is any indication, we're really looking forward to watching you as your sophomore season progresses. Thanks for joining us. Great job.
Thank you.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you.
All right, that was Jamison. We'll get Jamie in here in just a second for some final thoughts to wrap up this virtual Buff and Blue scrimmage. Coach, we'll get one more thought from you. Just sort of wrap this up and what you thought you saw, and you know what to expect here over the next 2 weeks before we see you officially put on the uniforms.
You know, I think one of the things we're going to keep getting better fitness-wise. Brendan, our strength coach, has done such an amazing job of getting our guys in shape and make sure they're at a place where they can perform. And so we're going to continue to get better fitness-wise. I think secondly, again, you talk about how many new faces we have. Just learning how we like to execute, the purpose of executing, and where we want to get the ball to in certain situations. We really spent a lot of time working on that. But overall, I like where our team is, and I feel like we're in a great place. We got to keep them just improving every day and keeping the folks in the right place. But we got a great group of guys with great leadership between Jameson Battle, Maceo Jack. They're going to continue to be that way.
Tonight was just the appetizer. Main course in a couple weeks. Best of luck. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon on the floor.
Thanks so much. Thanks for joining in.
That was head coach Jamie and Christian. I'm Kevin Burke. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. GWsports.com is all the info you need in terms of scheduling and all that fun stuff, as basketball is almost back, just a little under 2 weeks away. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night and raise high.